It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go from LA. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They go play action here. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. This is caught inside the 15. To the house, touchdown LA. The Rams take a 6-0 lead right away. Almost feel bad for those fans who went to get food before finding their seats here, Brock. While they're waiting in line, got a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
I got a sense a few of them were scooting towards the tunnel to see what the roar was all about.
Yep.
Just like this guy scooted for the explosive touchdown.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 37. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Odunze's got it, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Working inside the red zone. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Throwing now off play action. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. They run again with Wright. Jukes one defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
That's completed out to the right. 35 on the pickup. And the Rams are going to have a
Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
From the red zone now. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams get 6 more on their early advantage. Jalen Wright with a touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams drive their lead to 11. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Returning it from the 4. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll throw it. He completes it in traffic. And he's across midfield into Rams territory.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. So that connection for a 1st will bring us to the end. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And it falls incomplete. Went for the deep ball there, but just couldn't connect.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Throwing off the play fake here. Forced out to his right. Taken in by Pierce. And this one does not go far. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back to throw. Hits his running back. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks will.
And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a one-score game in the first half. Looking to tack on the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bears cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Here's a give for Wright. And he gains ground to the 33 before being stopped. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
So now here's 3rd and 5. He's dropping back to throw. Able to find Wright. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On 1st down, they'll run. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Gun, they'll look to throw. That's on target. Puka Nacua. He touches him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 from the 41. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
2nd and 10 now. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and just 2 to go. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Bears pick it up, headed the other way.
3rd down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side. It loosened his hold on the ball and gave that defense a chance to knock it free. Instead of facing 4th down, they're off the field completely.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Kmet brings it in. On the move, past the 40. Keeps himself upright. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running right. Here's Wright. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Rams trailing in the early going. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Bears get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleased, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Taking a deep shot here. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the Chicago touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown when the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running behind center with Wright. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They go play action on 1st. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They're throwing it. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here's a give inside to Wright. It looks like we can call it back 4 yards in the end. Adrian Taylor-Demerson getting there for the tackle. Now the Rams will use the 1st of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 6 coming up here. Looking to the air here. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense set for a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So 2nd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. He's on the move. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Slide's kick is up and good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
It depended the kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's got Pierce. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Setting up a throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. That was first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Rams get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Now a run with Wright. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Right again. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Putting a receiver in motion. Hits him on the out route. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They run it from the gun with Wright. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They've got a man in motion. Going to the ground again on first. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second and 8. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Third and long for him here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. The Rams are set to punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. They're out and set, first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. And it sets up second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He lofts it deep left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Looking for a throw here. Completed here to Komet. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Rams get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Man in motion here. To throw it on first down. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it's going to be second down.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Throwing on 2nd and 10. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Right, running out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Here's Wright on the carry. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Putting a receiver in motion. Running it with Wright. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They'll try and punch it in. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. This is Wright. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. QB sneak coming, and he's in for the touchdown. The Rams now trail by just a point in the 4th. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Now looking to throw. And a man is there to knock that away. Clean breakup on that throw. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. The defense calls a timeout. That's their 1st. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take a 4th quarter lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. Nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Now right. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This pass caught by Nakua. And they make the stop, I'm going to say, about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. The give to right. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll throw it. It is caught left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. The tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
They've got a man in motion. From the 17. Short pass brought in. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Lone back gets the handoff. Has the LA touchdown. The Rams now trail by just a point in the 4th. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Launches one deep downfield. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Bears going for the win here. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. One of the tight ends in motion left. Back to pass on 1st and 10. And he has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears have taken the lead late. It's a Romaduze touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He'll look to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams cut it to a point late in this one. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Setting up to pass. Pass caught by Adunze. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Here he is to throw. Taken in by Pierce. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted. Breaks the tackle, still going. And the Rams take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the move gate down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
To the air now on first and 10. He put everything he had into this one. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's second down coming up. Man in motion here. Second and 10 now. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Every eye in this place now staring right at Joshua Carty. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. So it all comes down to the right foot of their kicker. This a 48-yard look for him. The kick is good. He got it. And the 3rd time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.